Oh, that's a bit better. G'day and welcome to JoJo Moto. So I'm super excited today. It's my first time ever doing a Q&A, and I'm really excited about that sort of personal one-on-one communication thing that's going to happen through this video. There are some awesome questions as well for me to answer. I can't wait to get into it, but first, there's something really cool I want to show you. That was refreshing. All right, first question. It's from It's RD Time. Awesome channel if you haven't seen it already. He says, you're only a week or so into doing your daily vlogs. Do you think you could do them if you weren't on holidays? Yes, I could. It was definitely time consuming when I was doing it. Those first couple of days I was still at work. It was, you know, out of bed really early in the morning and bed till late at night doing all the editing and everything. But yeah, I think I could do it. He also says, are you wearing your sunglasses ironically? No, I'm not. I wear these sunnies all the time. Inside and outside, I've usually got these sunnies on. These are prescription sunnies, and my wife just dislikes them. I'm always wearing them inside, always wearing them in shopping centers and all the rest of it. I do have normal glasses that I wear, but it's just too hard swapping over, so I just wear my sunnies all the time. What is that noise? Urgh. Don't these guys know I'm trying to shoot a video? Urgh. Get a load of this place. Now, CJ Adventure snuck in a sneaky little comment on the last video and said, can you film at Point Vernon for my question for the Q&A? So here you go, CJ Adventures. He's asked for what made you start YouTube and what was the first motorbike and what age? So my first motorbike was a KE125. I would have been 10 to 12 years old, and I still remember that day when Dad brought that home. He went out to the front paddock on that bike and did a wheel stand all the way up the paddock, and I was just like, who is this guy? I mean, that was my dad, and he just showed me how well he could ride. So why did I start YouTube? Not so interesting. I was doing some drifting. I wanted people to check out a video to see if how I could get more angle around this certain corner at Queensland Raceway, and so I videoed it and posted it up on YouTube for others to watch so they could comment on it. That's pretty much why I started my YouTube channel. Obviously it's changed a whole lot since then. Our next question comes from Mototails. Again, check out his channel if you haven't already. Besides your most recent knee injury, have you had any other significant motorcycle crashes or injuries? Yes, I have. When I was doing the longest day ride in 2012 or something like that, I was on a V-Strom, a 650, and I was way out near Cameron Corner, right out in the middle of the desert in Australia, and I had a big wobble in the sand and had a massive stack out there. It took me about half an hour to recover from it. I was winded, ended up getting back and had some torn stuff in my shoulder, a couple of broken ribs and stuff like that. But I did ride all the way back from there as well, like 1,500 K, so I couldn't have been that bad. But I'd say it's probably my biggest other stack and injury. Done. So our next question here is a big one. It's from Kempy2233. It says, hey Jojo, my question is that I'm looking at purchasing a dirt bike or enduro bike to hit the fire trails and dirt roads. What do you recommend in the 4-stroke market? Ease of maintenance, engine size, etc. I'm leaning towards a Yamaha or Husqvarna. I've only ridden on road only. Now, if you're really looking to stick to a Yamaha, WR450F, one of the newer ones, should be pretty maintenance free. It'll still be a little bit temperamental. The Husqvarnas, on the other hand, I don't know a lot about, but from what I've read and heard about, I don't know, can be a few different problems. My personal recommendation to you though is a Suzuki DRZ 400. If you're just doing fire trails, dirt roads, and you're just coming off a road bike, I think that's going to be the bike for you. That would be my recommendation. So our next question here is from Murray Robinson. He says, what's the scariest situation you've been in on a bike? Now this happened years and years and years ago. I was on a ZXR 750. I was a pretty new rider. I think I'd only just got my license. I was riding way outside my ability level and riding with people that I didn't know. So I was really starting to push it. I came around a corner, I absolutely overcooked it, and I actually went around the outside of a car and nearly went off the edge of this big cliff sort of thing. And that's definitely one of the scariest moments. It still sticks with me now, I still remember it. We've got 2 questions here from GNCC1 Race. Long-time supporter, I've really appreciated your support over the years. Here we go. Why is your wife so tolerant of your motorcycle and video obsessions? She's not. I've got another one. Does she know yet about using the oven to bake the cases on the EXC when you were rebuilding it? She does. Look, but honestly, she does support me in everything that I do. The videos, the bikes, all of that stuff. She really supports me because she knows it's my passion. She knows it's something that I love and want to do, and she supports that. And that's why she's my wife. Our next question here is from Roost Films. Awesome channel, by the way. Go check them out. They've got some really cool stuff on there. I've been subbed to them since the start. Anyhow, having a young family, how do you find the time to ride, make videos, as well as having quality family time? It's a tricky one. What I do is I make sure that the middle time, the family time, is always there. Before and after is when I do my planning, filming, editing, all of those sort of things. So it might be going for a ride super early in the morning, it might be editing super late at night, but that middle time is always family time because I really do think it's important. So Bryce Powell asks, have you thought about doing a Jojo Moto exclusive trail vlog meet, ride, barbecue, or even camp? Yes, I have. I just don't know how popular it would be, if many people would turn up, and if there's enough people in a certain area to pick a spot to do that ride with. But yeah, one day for sure. Burnt Creek Riders ask, will you supermoto your KTM? I don't think so. I'd love to, but I don't think so. And will you come to Lake Eldon in Victoria to ride? Again, probably not. I'd love to, but probably not. Dorf Moto, he asks, if you could have one bike, any bike, what would it be? KTM 300 EXC. Probably a new model and really decked out, but KTM 300 EXC. Philip Scott asks, when is the next adventure ride on the KTM? It's got to be real soon. All of my mates keep asking when are we going to do the next adventure ride, so it's going to happen soon. So Andy Pandy Moto Vlogs asks, what age were your kids when they got their first bike? I think my son might have been about 3 or so, maybe 2 or 3, and my daughter would have been, 4 or 5 or so. I've actually got a little clip for it. Here it is here. Resolved Cash Zero asks, will you get a new enduro bike soon? Nah. Will you be doing an enduro races when you get back with your knee? Definitely. Will you have any shirts or caps, hats for sale soon? Yep. And what's your work other than doing YouTube? I don't like to talk about that one. Okay, mechanical question here from Furosity. He said, when you rebuilt your KTM, how did you know which piston to choose and how did you decide which one to choose? Now I used the number 2 or the B one. The reason I chose that is because the bike had a lot of miles on it, a lot of Ks, a lot of hours, whatever you want to call it. So I made sure that I got the bigger piston. I think there are special measurements that you can do to make sure you get the right one. The next question is from Northern Rivers ADV Riding. Can you see yourself doing some more ADV riding down the track, adventure riding? Yeah, for sure. I've got Simpson Desert is one of my big ones. I'd love to do Cape York a couple of times again, and just some little adventure rides also on the KTM. Roost Moto Films asks, how do you stay motivated to keep making videos? I spoke a lot about that in a past video the other day, so check it out. But the basic thing is I need to be productive. I'm a productive person and I want to make sure I'm doing something the whole time. Grubby Bartles asks, what are you using as your point and shoot camera? The one I'm shooting with now is a Sony WX350, I think it's called, on a little Gorilla Pod. It's a really neat little thing, it shoots at 1080, it's quite a quality bit of kit. Well, Mr. Reese commented, and he said, Q&A, super duper, that's all. Thanks, Mr. Reese. No Clue Blue says, you have a full free weekend with your bike, car and trailer, where are you going? He said, you can't say the service centre with your KTM. Where am I going? Imbil, Kenilworth, somewhere like that. I'm going to be camping, I'm going to be riding. That would be my perfect weekend. Keith Wong says, do you skateboard? Nah, I used to. Would I like to skateboard more? Yep, for sure. Kathy Doan asks, does your wife or family ride with you? My wife definitely doesn't. My kids do sometimes. By the way, great channel. Love your riding. Tankerman says, what's your dream bike? I think I said KTM EXC 300 before, didn't I? I'm going to stick with that. Mr. Oz Adventure asks, how many bikes have you owned and can you list them? I don't know how many I've owned, so I definitely can't list them. Uneven Edits says, I'm moving to Queensland. Whereabouts do you live? I live on the Sunshine Coast. And he also asks, how's the daily videos going? Is it too much work? Or does it keep up with the right amount of work versus leisure? I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving the challenge. And it's working out quite well. So that's my first ever Q&A done. I hope you've enjoyed it. If I missed your question, I'm so sorry. I had so many questions there. I didn't even put it up on Facebook or Twitter or anything like that. So I'm really sorry if I missed your question. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I tried to vary it up as much as possible as well. I definitely will be doing another Q&A, so if I've missed yours or you didn't get to ask a question, look out for it next time because there'll be another one for sure. Thanks for watching and I'll see you tomorrow.